Trump's big fumble, Epstein, and more.
Emmanuel Macron was a savant. He was like Einstein. He was just amazing. He was like Bach. He was like Beethoven. And that's why he was then working for the Rothschilds. Then you kind of go back and you learn like none of that was true. Exact same thing here with Epstein. He was a mathematical savant. Okay, he never had any training and he was kind of pulled through the system. We have a lot of questions that we should be asking. And then something that I should also tell you is that despite having no academic successes, as we discussed yesterday, despite Epstein having no college degree, despite him being involved in multiple fraudulent scandals, Jeffrey Epstein was given an office at Harvard University. And I want to make it clear, this was after he was convicted of sexual crimes against minors.
Politics are a dirty game. And that's 100% correct. And here's why. We'll jump into this video with Candace. We'll see her break down and expose the deep state. And we'll furthermore dive deeper into Donald Trump and how he has fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line. That is a football analogy, meaning he was going in for the touchdown, but now he has fumbled on 2 occasions. He fumbled with the Iran war, those strikes that he allowed America to do against Iran on the behalf of Israel, going against his American first policy and his Maga group. Now he's fumbled the ball dramatically on the 1 line once again with this Jeffrey Epstein case, and allow us to show you the exhibit. Hey, we'll jump into this video and allow for you to examine what it is that actually caused Donald Trump to fumble the football once again on the 1 yard line. Allow us to dive.
Asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's
so Pam Bundy is now attempting to clean up the hypocrisy that she dished out early on in the early months of the administration when she said that she had the Epstein's files list, client list, specifically on her desk. She didn't all of a sudden forget that was just a file. She made it a specific point to point out the client list. Trump, many of us voted for Trump because we saw him as being a authentic type of individual, even though we may have disagreed with him on many things, meaning we thought that at least this guy speaks his mind and tells the truth. And this is why many of us voted for him when it came down to him dishing out the policies that he would engage in order to make America great again. Again, I don't ride with that slogan because, again, I'm a descendant of slaves, so I don't see America as being great for all these years. So when he said make America great again, I don't know what time period he's speaking of. But I am American first, so this is why I voted for him. Yet, he did a 360. You heard him just there. He says he can't believe that someone is asking about Epstein. This was one of the major things that many individuals who voted for him was encouraged by, because they said they will release all the files concerning Epstein's, MLK, John F. Kennedy, and more. And those of us who want to know the truth, want to see where this government has lied to us, because we know they lied to us, we felt that he would deliver. But he threw us a curveball, and now he's acting as if he's outraged that somebody is asking, this reporter is asking about the Jeffrey Epstein files. How hypocritical, how ridiculous of him to do that about face. And this is going to cost the Republicans heavily in the 2026 midterms. Trust me, Americans don't forget who has lied to them blatantly to their face. At least not those who were willing to vote for Trump in spite of all the charges that were brought against him, in spite of all the accusations of racism, in spite of all the comparison to Hitler, all that stuff. We said, F that, we're going to vote for him. Here's his policies. He's clear. He's straightforward. But the reality comes to light all the time. He is compromised. He is a politician. He plays those dirty political games. Allow us to bring the next individual on to the stage, or bring Candace back onto the stage to break down some more about this Jeffrey Epstein situation. And then I chime in at the end and we'll send you on your way. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell for notifications. Allow us to dive in once again.
Harvard University said, that's okay. That's okay. You can still come here. You can still visit this campus. And not only that, we're going to give you your own office so we can fact check that. Here's a CB News article here discussing that. It reads, disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein visited Harvard University's campus more than 40 times after his 2008 sex crimes conviction and was given his own office and unfettered access to a research center that he helped establish, according to a review of his ties to the school. The review, completed at the request of Harvard's president, also found that the university accepted more than $9 million from Epstein during the decade leading up to his conviction, but barred him from making further donations after that point. Amazing. Just absolutely incredible. He was given an office after he was found guilty of crimes against minors. Not an issue. Come right here. Do you want to know who else was working at Harvard at that time, who was working perhaps alongside him? Alan Dershowitz. You might know that name. Alan Dershowitz taught at Harvard from 1964 to 2013. He's a lawyer. That's a very long time to be at Harvard University, but he was one of the lawyers that was on Epstein's team that got him that reduced sentence for his crime.
Dershowitz has a loud voice on these major news networks, particularly and specifically CNN. And it comes to find out he is defending convicted pedophiles. He is on the team of individuals who defended Jeffrey Epstein. And this is part of the course for those individuals who happen to be Jewish. I believe that Dershowitz is Jewish. And one thing you want to know about, and I'm not talking about all Jews, again, allow me to be clear. I'm talking about the Zionist Jews and those Jews who hate America, who love Israel, and who wants America to continue to protect, fund, and deliver the goods to Israel, while American presidents like Donald Trump will cut Medicaid for able-bodied working individuals in the United States, but won't cut 78 years of welfare to a state, a whole nother country, who should have able-bodied men and women who should be able to protect themselves, who should be able to finance their country, but yet we still finance them. But one thing you want to know, that CBS dropped a major bombshell on the practice of the Israeli government a couple of years back, maybe 2018, that showed that American Jews who are charged with rape, pedophilia, etc., have a safe haven if they go to Israel. And that story was backed up, and there was a lot of headways with that story. Again, it's a CBS story, if I'm correct, and I think it was around 2018. All you have to do is AI Google American Jews charged with sexual crimes having a safe haven in Israel. And this is ridiculous. And when we look at Harvard University, we look at the fact that they allowed an individual who was convicted of, I think, what she say, child sex crimes, etc., to have a office at the Harvard University even after he was convicted. This is crazy. And to say that this guy didn't have a client list, to say that this guy didn't have dirt on many individuals in high-ranking position is ludicrous. So Trump's hiding something. And this is why, again, I give Trump an A on the deportation, an A on the locking down of the border, an A on getting men's out of women's sports. But Trump's get a F on being authentic and true when it comes down to this Epstein case and being a pawn of Israel when it comes down to bombing Iran for America. And this is not to say that Iran is some innocent country, but Iran did not aggressively attack Israel. Israel aggressively attacked Iran, and America came in and and Trump did what he said he wouldn't do. He got involved in a foreign war. Now, he has lost credibility, and rightly so. Allow her to continue.
Crimes against minors in 2008, when he was just like the mayor of the prison and making the sheriffs put on uniforms and greet his guests as he was allowed out for 12 hours a day and making them hang his TV so that he could watch it. It is ridiculous. And it's funny because this morning I was speaking to Xavier Poussard of the Becoming Brigitte book and the person that inspired me to do the series. And we were sort of just touching upon how obvious it is. Once you begin the research and you fall down the rabbit hole, you just know what you're looking for. You start to recognize these patterns. And I can tell you that I know for a fact that they are handing out fake credentials. And I've known this before I even got into the Emmanuel Macron story. Like, just being in politics, I've met people who have degrees from Stanford, from Harvard, and I am going, you're dumb. You are actually really stupid. And your whole brand is fake. Like, it's almost like you're acting, like it's performative, and they just give you.
So we'll stop it right here. Candace breaks down the fact that she says that they're just giving out credentials to individuals who they want in positions of power and influence so that they can run their agenda through them. This is well documented, and this is actually what is happening. But the public being convinced by celebrity, convinced by looks, convinced by authority, fall for anything and everything that comes out of the mouth of an individual that has been made a celebrity, an individual who has gotten a position of authority, an individual that may look appealing and in a position of authority or influence. Individuals automatically flock to that, and their brains is something, a default in our brains that allows us to succumb to automatically believing those individuals that they have made to be celebrities, that they have put in position of authority, that they have presented as a beautiful face or fit body with a message, without examining what it is that message is, without breaking that message apart, without going deep into it and doing critical thinking. Critical thinking is an art that may have never been developed for many individuals, but it's something that we all must develop. We must critically think. And this is one of the things and one of the reasons why when I look at man-made religion, I'm able to break it down, sparse it out, and come up with the truth about what you're actually engaging in when it comes to religion. This is another one of those things that have been used in order to convince and control the minds of many individuals through words, through a book that they have put up as a book that comes from God, that is written by God, or is the word of God. It is the written word of men. Could they have gotten inspiration? Yes. Could they have not? That's also possible as well. You must read the book and deduct from it, not out of an emotional state, but out of a state of understanding what it is you're actually reading, and understand who actually wrote those words, the time, etc. All right. Again, I got a little bit off on that, but I wanted to drop that in because it ties into our natural inclination to believe individuals or books or anything that has been given the title of being holy or given the title of authority or given the title of celebrity. We fall victim to that mind fog, that brain fog, where we just shut down and automatically accept what it is that they're saying has been the truth, and it's not. Again, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, help me get this algorithm flowing. Have a beautiful day. Sending you peace and always love. Peace.